Hi everyone, welcome to the second video in my January series of budget beauty, and today I'm going to be telling you my top 5 products that are in my makeup collection that cost under £5. And I think it's a lot easier to find products for under £5 than it used to be. There are a lot more ranges of really inexpensive makeup products out there, but I do still think America has the best selection. They've definitely got some brands that I know we can't get here very easily anyway, such as Wet n Wild, which are really well renowned for their inexpensive products that are still very good quality. But nevertheless, I still have plenty to choose from, and I'm going to start with number 5. So my 5th favourite product that cost me under £5 in my makeup collection is the W7 W7 Brow Bar, which I've talked about before. You can buy them in Savers, you can get them online, particularly at Amazon, and this cost me £3.99, and I believe it to be a dupe for the HD Brows palette because it's got 4 different colours of powder that you can use for your brows. I don't really need to use these two, the lighter ones, but I mix the 4 and the 3 and the 4, the brown and the black, to get the perfect shade. And it does come with a few little brushes. I don't know why it comes with so many, but one of them in particular is really good for actually use with the powders, and I'm always using that. Since I've discovered this, it's the only brow product I've used, so really happy with that for £3.99. The 4th favourite product I have that cost me under £5 is not going to be much of a surprise because it is really well talked about in the beauty world, and it's the Collection Concealer. Lasting Perfection Concealer, I think it's called, but all my writing has rubbed off because that is what the packaging is like with these. I've got these in 2 colours. I've got Fair number 1 and Cool Medium number 2. I use Fair most of the time and Cool Medium for when I've got a bit of fake tan. These cost £4.19 in most places, and they are really good for the price. I will say, if you're of a certain age, i.e. if you are starting to have fine lines and wrinkles under your eyes, this isn't the best for under eye concealing, but very good for covering blemishes and spots. I've got really problematic skin at the moment. I've got eczema all over my face, so I do need a lot of extra coverage nowadays compared to what I used to need, and I find that this does do that for me. So the reason I love it is for the amount of coverage it gives you, how long lasting it is, how easy it is to apply, how easy it is to blend. As I said, not so great for under the eyes because it is definitely crease prone under the eyes, and I haven't really found it drying. I have heard some people complain that they do find it that way, but for me, haven't had that effect. So in at number 3 is the Barry M, I was going to say Bobbi Brown then, that's not a drugstore brand, the Barry M lip liners. I've got these in 2 colours. I've got I don't think they actually got names, they've got numbers instead. So I've got number 12, which is like a baby pink, and I've got number 11, which is like a deep plum purple colour. I find, I don't know if it's something to do with my dry skin, but I find that I need to use a lip liner with most lipsticks because they're really prone to bleeding on me. So to have lip liners that are really inexpensive so that you can buy a few different colours to match a lot of your lipsticks is really important, and I find these just as good as any of the higher end lip liners I've tried. I have to admit I haven't tried that many high end lip liners, so I'm not saying these are the best ones out there, but for £2.99 I think they're really good. They're easy to apply, they last really well, you can put them all over the lip as well without them being too drying if you want a really good base for a long lasting lipstick. Yeah, and I've got no complaints about these really, apart from I guess the colour range isn't amazing, but I still think they have a lot more variety of colours than a lot of the other drugstore lip liners do. So positive all round for those. That's why they've come in at number 3 on my little chart of top 5 under 5. Number 2 for me is another lip product, and these are something that I've only discovered last year now, because they only were launched last year. These are the Maybelline Colordrama Intense Velvet Lip Pencils, and I've got them in 3 colours because they were on 3 for 2 when I bought them, but they retail at £4.99. Having said that, a lot of the time I see them on offer as either buy one get one half price or 3 for 2, as when I bought them. So these were billed as a kind of dupe for the NARS lip pencils, which I do also own now, and I have to say there isn't much between them at all. They're really good for applying a really quick matte lip. With matte lipsticks I do find that they take a lot of time and a lot of effort to really carefully apply it to make sure that it looks perfect, but the advantage of having a pencil is that you can line the lips and fill in the lips all in one go, so it's a lot quicker. They last well. I would say wearing them to work and doing the normal things that I do at work, which is drinking water constantly, having my lunch. I think they would need topping up after about 5 or 6 hours, which for a matte lip pencil isn't too bad. They are ever so slightly drying, that would be the only thing I would make you aware of. So I often wear them with a lip gloss over the top, which is what I'm doing today, or make sure you've got a lip balm on hand so that you can keep applying that over the top instead. This is the one I'm wearing today. It's called Nude Perfection, and it is a really good close match to one of the nude shades that NARS have. And the other two I love as well. One of them is called Very Much, this deep berry shade, and one of them is called something Coral, I think, In With Coral. And Coral is one of my favourite lip colours of all time. So I love all of those. So for £4.99 I think they're a really, really good dupe for the NARS ones, which I think are about £18. And top of my list, so the #1 product that I've ever bought that cost me under £5 and that I absolutely am in love with is this. It's the Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter, and I've got this in pink. They do a golden version as well if that suits your skin tone better. I would essentially call this a powder version of the Benefit High Beam, which I think is a really lovely highlighter, but powder is much easier to work with. I will say the packaging is a bit flimsy because mine's broken, but what do you expect? It's only £3. And I don't know how well you can see, but the contours of it are really pretty. You have to pack quite a lot onto your brush to get the product onto your face, but I like that because it means that it's very difficult to overdo it with this powder, because if you put highlighter on and you overdo it, it's very difficult to tone that down again. So it just adds a really nice subtle shimmer. I use it under the eyebrows, I use it on my cheeks and other areas that I want to highlight, and I can see it lasting me for absolutely ages. I've had this for nearly a year already. It's nowhere near hit and pan, so for £3 I think that is really good. And I haven't actually got any other drugstore highlighters, so I can't do a comparison to other drugstore highlighters, but all the other ones I own are high end, and this is the one that I end up reaching for most of the time over all of those. So really happy with that. So that is my top pick for any makeup product whatsoever under £5 if you are on a budget. So that is my top 5 under 5. I hope you have found that helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Let me know of any recommendations you have of products under £5 as well. I'm sorry if the lighting has been a bit dodgy today. We're having unseasonably sunny weather, but it's going in and out behind the clouds. I'm sorry if that's been really off-putting throughout the whole of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got more of these budget beauty videos coming up every single weekend throughout the whole of January, and I'll see you next time. Bye!